I'm here in Seoul, South Korea to try not Korean food, but Lao food. Probably the only Lao restaurant in Seoul or in Korea. It's called Lao Piak. Let's go inside.
This restaurant is located near YG Entertainment Building in Seoul, South Korea. I'll link the direct location in my comments. So the first thing you'll notice about this restaurant is the charming Lao themes it has all over, from the beer Lao umbrellas outside tables to the miniature tuk-tuks and Lao food stalls. It's a small restaurant, so you can watch your food being made, as it's an open kitchen concept, and then even have 2 gigantic stock pots for all their noodle soups. I love their dedication to Lao aesthetics and using a Lao mortar and pestle to make their salads. When I try Lao food in other countries, one of my favorite parts is seeing what made it on the menu. That also shows what made the biggest impact to the cooks. For Lao Piak's menu, it was simple with many of the iconic and traditional Lao dishes like Khao Piek, Khao Soy, Pho Lao, Kuo Mi, Khao Bun, Lap, stir-fried morning glory, and mixed vegetable salad as their take on Lao papaya salad. I loved seeing that they had Lao coffee and of course beer Lao, so I had to grab a glass. Here are the foods I ordered. Lap was mandatory. Their version came with a side of rice, and the noticeable difference was that it was very heavy on the herbs with large onion chunks. With the first bite, I noticed there was no badak, but it had fish sauce in it. I'm assuming badak is probably harder to source in Korea, so that makes sense. This is definitely a lap for an introductory kind of Lao dish, as the flavors are not as strong, but I think it does give the spirit of lap. So if you've never had Lao food before or have never had lap before, I think this is a great first take at it. And also, pro tip, as you can see, chopsticks don't work when you're eating lap, so I switched immediately to those Asian spoon, and of course that worked very well. And if I had sticky rice, I would just be eating it with my hands, but this Asian spoon will do. And this wasn't too spicy, so this is a great dish for people that can't handle the spice. The next dish is the mixed vegetable salad, and it includes corn, papaya shreds, carrots, peanuts, and garnished with cilantro. And here's my sauce check. I like to see how saucy it is to see how much sticky rice I can add after I finish the papaya salad. While I was eating, I did order some sticky rice that specifically said sticky rice on the menu, but it didn't look like sticky rice. But in order to make sure, I had to grab the bowl of rice, and I picked it up with my hand, and immediately I realized that it was not sticky rice, but just regular short grain rice. So I wasn't too sure if they actually have sticky rice or it's just mislabeled. Anyways, it was still good with this papaya salad. Here's a close-up of the rice. As you can see, this is not sticky rice, and so I just used my chopsticks. I don't usually put cilantro in my papaya salad, but I'm curious if anyone out there does. Please comment below. The next dish is Khao Piak Sen Lao noodle soup, and I had to order this one just because the restaurant name is essentially part of this dish, Lao Piak. Let's take a look at these noodles. So they look like those the traditional noodles usually at a lot of the Lao restaurants in Laos right now, where they're machine made. I'm not sure if these are machine made or handmade here in the restaurant, but they were chewy, which is very similar to the Khao Piak Sen. And then of course I had to add extra peppers because I like my Khao Piak Sen very spicy, but unfortunately for this pepper was not as spicy as I'd want it. And a little extra black pepper and some lime juice in there to liven things up. So I went ahead and mixed everything, and as you can see, there's large onion chunks, a whole egg in there, some chicken, and green onions, and fried garlic. Overall, I thought this restaurant was a fun take at Lao food. I can see the essence and the look of Lao food. It was definitely a lighter take at it, as maybe a lot of the ingredients are not as available, but I love the interpretation of what these chefs have created for the people in Korea to at least get a taste of Lao food. And if they like it, they can definitely go to Laos and explore more Lao cuisine in the country. What do you all think? Would you fly to Korea to try this restaurant?